You know when I guess animation studios make like cartoons of like you're really interested in. Like for me, an example I can give is something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't
Mm.
like their new animation style, but
Ah,
apparently, at least story wise, it is the best. It's apparently not even fucking close.
Yeah,
Like it's the best like storytelling wise,
well, yeah,
and like
but how about like as one that bugs me, and I barely even watch Pokemon, but is the new the animation style they use for Pokemon now?
mm,
I'm like, it looks terrible.
that looks
I
horrid, mate. It looks
Oh,
I
absolutely
hate the
horrid.
look of
and
it,
look,
but I bet like all the up and coming youngsters are like, yo, this is the best shit we've ever. And I'm looking at like, no, like
yo, the thing is,
Ash looks younger now, even
bro,
though it's like 10 seasons in.
bro, the thing is, the story is also trash.
Well, yeah, but I haven't watched.
Like
I look.
the brand new one is about a kid that can catch legendaries with a normal Pokeball.
Yeah, but like
Everyone can do
Ash,
that.
Ash won the. Yeah, it's
No,
gonna take you
no.
like a bunch of throws.
No. That's the
In
thing.
game.
That's the thing. That's what the comparison is in the new show. Is that Ash is the old version of Pokemon, where where you couldn't just walk up to a legendary, throw your Pokeball, and get it instantly. Whereas the new kid, like Ash's new friend, is basically the new, I guess, way to play Pokemon, like Pokemon Go
Improved.
style thing. No, it's like a Pokemon Go style, where it's like you don't need like a really pog legendary
Pokemon
Pokeball.
Go the anime?
Yes.
Emre! So basically, you don't need like a Master Ball to catch a legendary. You don't need to fight it at all to catch it.
Yeah, which
Like,
makes sense for a game like Pokemon Go.
He
but...
sees a Suicune,
I'll be back.
and then he throws his Pokeball at it. Normal one instantly catches it.
Yeah, no, I just think it's I don't like the animation style, and like it gives me no interest. It's like even when I was playing Pokemon Go like a year or two back, the like Alolan styles or whatever that is, like for the majority just looked worse. Some looked better, but some are just like looked terrible, and I'm like, what is this shit? Am I supposed to want this?
I'm not laughing about that. I'm laughing about the thing I just read.
What?
And I said it so. Okay, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, what the oh. It was like, thing. So the new Cyberpunk anime, basically, it has like a play, like it shows you about cyber psychosis, which is basically you going insane from having too many implants and all that. And I just saw a video on YouTube. Therapist reacts cyber psychosis. But the first time I read it, I was like, the rapist reacts cyber psychosis.
no.
What?
Bruh.
This is a horrible show.
The anime is so good, Emre. I recommend you watch it. Like, it's coming after Arcane. Like, it's that good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Emre, I thought you were gonna go on to talk about like I hate when animation studios don't put the effort in for later seasons, and like bring up something like Seven Deadly, where apparently like you know from what I've heard from you guys, it's like you get to season 3 and you're like, just don't watch it, even though it exists in like. I always prefer watching over reading just because it's more convenient.
By the way,
Yeah.
it's not
But
that
you
the
guys
animation
are just
studio-
watch it.
It's not that it stopped putting effort in. It changed. Apparently, like
Yeah.
it wasn't
The
the same
studio
animation
changed.
Studio, yeah.
Was a different
Different
animation
people
studio.
took over.
So the next studio
It's
just
kinda,
didn't put
it's
the
kinda
same
similar
effort
to what
in.
happened with One Punch Man, but way worse to a degree.
Yeah.
But like then it also that reminded me like, you know, Dragon Ball Super looked really fucking shit for a while until until everybody complained enough and they went, maybe we should fix that shit. Like I hope when they like I don't know if they've started working on it or not, but I hope they're actually putting the effort that they put into like the Tournament of Power.
None of you have
Because the Tournament of Power looked fucking wild.
It looked pretty sick
looked
at some
good.
times, yeah. But do not forget, there were times in Tournament of Power that looked dog shit too.
Oh yeah, but
Don't
like
forget.
they at least you could see that they were really putting in the budget into certain things.
Yeah.
Bro, nothing compares to Guy versus Guy in Naruto Shippuden. That was fucking.
I thought you were gonna say.
animation.
I thought you were gonna say Guy versus Guy in like the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Dude.
Right.
versus bro.
Have you guys seen that movie?
Yeah.
It's so
What
good.
movie?
And then he pulls out fucking Captain
It's
America.
Free Guy.
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh
Have
yeah,
you
nah,
seen?
Free
Yeah,
nah.
Guy.
Free Guy is so good.
I haven't actually seen it.
You guys
And
have
that
seen
just like feels
haven't.
like
haven't.
Free Guy feels like it literally is exactly what we're talking about, where the company's like, no, we're gonna cut all the corners, but we're gonna take your idea though. But we're gonna cut all the corners to get there. What's your least favorite animation and what's your most favorite?
The most recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I hate it.
You hate it. Fair enough.
I absolutely hate it. But story's insanely good apparently, so I might give it a try.
I think my favorite animation is probably Space Battleship actually. Like their 3D ship battles are insane. I think that nothing tops that for me really. I also think
Yeah.
that 2D is pretty good, but like the 3D Space Battleship is just wild. And I think it's actually like one of the good combinations of 2D and 3D where you don't actually notice it because
Yeah.
the 3D stuff's like outside and the 2D stuff's inside.
That's what I've
And-
noticed with
And
some
not
anime.
often is it combining the two. And only rarely has a person been 3D and it's usually when they're in space.
Yeah. That's what I've noticed with recent anime. Because they need to cut corners whenever it's safe to do so, they like to use 3D sometimes. Because 3D is much cheaper to make. I'm pretty sure I heard something like that.
Mm.
It's much cheaper and faster to make 3D, but obviously everyone hates it.
But it's also
On
easier to create
average.
like a space and environment with like everything being a model, which and it's
Yeah.
why it works so well for the ships because they can look really good in 3D. I think they're slightly off, very slightly off in the latest one. I think the ships look a bit too shiny.
Yeah.
But that's like the only noticeable thing out of all of the space battleship stuff that's come out that I've like had any sort of, you know,
Or
a slight complaint for. And I think it's because because it was made in like as two movies, they probably just had more budget to polish everything off, and they've just ended up going a little bit too far.
yeah.
Cause it
They're like,
looks
"Oi, we got money to
like in
spend."
terms of like animation and stuff, it's like even better. But it just looks just a fraction shiny, and a fraction smooth.
A little too shiny. Yeah. It's a little too shiny to keep you immersed.
Just a bit. Some of the ships look fantastic though, so it's a bit of like a balance.
You give and you take.
Yeah, I think it's just like certain types of ships. So maybe that's just the style they're going with. Which if it is, then it doesn't bother me as much because maybe they're trying to make, you know, that faction look that way specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, I think it's great.
Mhm.
Worst? I don't know
Probably.
what's worst. Probably just the dodgy Dragon Ball episodes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything truly bad. Like I don't like the Pokemon stuff, but I also don't watch Pokemon stuff, so it really doesn't bother me.
Yeah. With I just don't like the animation style of the new Pokemon stuff. And I do prefer like the 90s animation styles usually.
Yeah.
Like I guess you could say like like Dragon Ball Z stuff like that. Around like
Always like
yeah. Dragon Ball Z is
animation.
nuts.
yeah, I much prefer their art
Which
style.
it'll be cool if and obviously they're probably not gonna do it because they like the way they're going with things now. But it would be cool if with Vegeta, if his art style was more in terms of the Z style because he's going for a more tanky strength sort of like to
Yeah.
use Warframe terms a strength build, whereas whereas Goku's gone for a more like dodge build.
Yeah.
Which then they would have the two different styles which they could then incorporate both in and go, this is the reason why we've done it.
Yeah.
Because
It would be
Vegeta's
cool.
going back to that raw strength sort of
Yeah.
stuff now rather than the godly path, even though technically it's still
Mhm.
godly.
Yeah. But it's more of like I'm pretty sure Beerus literally says this. It's like he has to fucking understand who he actually is. Some bullshit
Yeah.
like that. But
Are
I remember when
you
Beerus gave him like a fucking emotional speech or something like that. And then Vegeta was like, huh, I
Beerus,
guess
yeah.
you're right. Beerus gave him like in the manga, he gave him like a fucking, listen, like the
Listen,
sins of
kid.
your past, like some bullshit. And I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. And then he's like, you're right. Now my hair's purple. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And obviously, oh fuck. The lines they were trying to fucking draw with the whole ultra ego thing with the Margin Vegeta looking hullabaloo. That's
Mhm.
very pog to me. Dude, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, who has actually still like gives a shit at all about the Dragon Ball D&D thing I was thinking of?
I don't know.
I
I know
don't.
NS doesn't.
It sounds cool in concept, but I don't vibe with it the same way I vibe with regular D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I feel like
like the concept's nice, but like
it's probably a disappointing thing for you to hear because you're hyped about it.
No, I
'Cause
was
I
thinking
know-
of that's what I quit a while ago. Quit trying to make it because I realized that not exactly everyone was hyped for it, and like it would just be me getting hyped to do it, and then all would be like, yeah, that's kinda
Yeah,
cool.
it's like I know I'd be disappointed if you guys went, oh yeah, that FTL thing. We're not like hyped for that. Like that
I'm
that
not.
would disappoint me, but like I'd also respect it.
Yeah,
Cause my whole thing is basically to do D&D in space. I don't want to change too much about like the rules. It's
Yeah.
just more of what we already love, but space edition with different classes and stuff.
yeah. The cool thing about the Dragon Ball D&D, in my opinion, is it's basically the exact same,
Right.
except you have you have an extra thing called energy.
I just
Yeah,
realized
but-
something. We do already have D&D, but in space. It's called D&D.
Yeah, Spelljammer.
They've already
Nope,
got something
we
to do
ignore
in
that.
space.
We ignore
I
that. Though.
don't know why. It's like it's pretty cool.
It's not that cool.
It is.
I don't like it because it's not actually like in space. In space.
It is.
The Hadozi?
Yeah.
What do they have to do with space?
They're from a planet,
Bless you.
and then
Thank you.
they've normally they get taken as like hired as crew members for the ships because they're just that useful on the ships because of their opposable
And
appendages
if
and shit.
and
blah, blah,
also
blah.
if they fall off the ship into like the void, they don't
Yeah,
get
they
any
can
fall
they
damage.
can literally glide back up or fly back up anyway.
No, they get no fall damage. So when they hit when they hit the
Oh
bottom
no,
of the map,
I mean you forget. There's no gravity in space.
yeah, no, but like I mean, technically there is.
No,
There's
there-
gravity somewhere. You're
Well-
getting pulled into something.
What I mean is, Emre, on the ship, if you let go of the start, there's a gravity generator in the ships. I know this. I'm pretty sure. I don't know,
What's
but I'm
this?
pretty sure there's something that keeps them on the ship instead of flying off it instantly. But if you move a distance away from the ship, you just start floating off.
What's
space.
this?
Spelljammer.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's the new source for D&D, the one in space.
Oh.
That's why I said you could use that. You could look at the rule set there to
That's-
figure out some stuff on space. Because they have rules
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this
no,
space travel.
No, I already know how I want to do the space stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like for
Because, like, in
example, the way I'm gonna do the ships is, you know, like how we do the ships already, like the wooden ships, like in regular D&D. I'm gonna translate that whole system.
Can I just say something real quick? I loved the trailer for the Spelljammer source book because it's a song, all right? They're playing a sea shanty song, fucking hell, and then it's like they're returning home from a voyage that gave them nothing. It was not fruitful. They got nothing from it. They're going back home. The guy looks through the thing. He sees his parents waiting for him at the dock. They're saying, "Come back, hey!" We're greeting them back and all that. And then a treasure map falls onto their ship. They look at it like they do an instant U-turn. They leave before they even dock. Like when I saw that was just so funny to me. It's like you're returning from a fucking voyage. A map comes out of nowhere, and then you just do U-turn. Everyone is just looking at you from the docks, greeting you back, and then whoop, U-turn done. You're going back.
We left.
Oh,
dude.
And there's a massive hamster pet that you can get in Spelljammer.
Guys, we can't go back. Why? Why can't you come back?
It's
to
a
us?
rideable hamster.
There's too much cryotic back there. We have to go get the cryotic.
No, you just make some sort of shit excuse like, virus.
A virus, yes. A virus is taking over the country. If we
A
come back,
virus
we'll all
will
get
shut down the
Anyway,
world.
back to what I was saying before. The way I'm going to do the FTL type ships is going to be like how like the system works in D&D already, or at least the general like system that I've been using, where there's like different roles that do different things, that run the ship a certain way, and then you have like your weapons that do certain amount. You have like hull, health, and stuff. Basically that whole system, and then I'm gonna like transpose my own stats into what I think's appropriate, and create my own weapons that do their own thing.
What do you think is the best way to farm cryotic? I know it's the excavation, but where in which one?
Just the
Any?
infested on Earth, so it's just brainless. You're gonna be doing that now because I just finished my bounties and I need cryotic.
Tikal, that one.
Yeah, I need cryotic and I just finished my bounty, so I'll join.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
just gotta head back in and turn my stuff in.
Alright, well I've paused it so I'm in queue for it, and I just left
What?
the star map so I'm off.
Out of curiosity, what would you most be excited to see in the space D&D that I'm working on?
Sabers.
Space
Not lightsabers.
space creatures, like primordial space creatures that we can't fight, so we have to escape.
That's actually
be
a
interesting.
fucking good call.
Intriguing, yeah.
Like, let's say we're flying in
note.
space.
You could come
shit.
across
Captain,
something you're like,
look.
avoid.
Captain, look.
We just see like a Cthulhu-esque creature.
Well, I will say everything is beatable, depending on your level. That's
Yeah.
One
that's the
day.
plan. Like one day.
Everything is beatable one day.
One day. I don't want to make something that's completely unbeatable, no matter what.
Yeah.
I want
That
you
would
to
be a
see
little
something and go,
cringe.
that's our goal one day. Dude, I still got the thing that's gonna annoy me the most is working on the star chart. Let me just write a galaxy.
Let me just draw the galaxy.
Or let me like instead of having to design a continent, let me design planet by planet.
Fucking, I just remember that fucking furry video that
Dude,
I
just-
fucking saw before.
Just wait until every planet you come across is a barren wasteland with an outpost on it.
like, yeah, Emma, do you remember that? Emma, do you remember that video?
I was
Everyone-
gonna,
everyone
you know,
should
before
Invincible, brother.
before you added Empire, I was gonna say, oh, in Avengers Endgame where
Oh my
Steve
god,
Rogers first Steve
Invincible!
Rogers.
Let's talk about that.
Invincible. When's season 2 coming out of that?
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's next year.
Dude, I like how like Amazon was like Legend of Vox Machina, season 1, season 2 in the next year, confirmed season 3, Amazon with Invincible. We're just gonna sleep on it.
Dude, I am very excited, but I can't say why, because spoilers are worse when served cold.
I know a lot about the whole lore of Invincible. I think I watched like a whole thing.
Oh, Invincible.
So I know. I think I know everything about Invincible now, more or less.
I know a lot about it now. Yeah. I wouldn't.
I
worry
went.
too much.
I want to know more about this shit, and I pushed up there that went. This is the timeline.
Very excited for more of that.
Oh, and I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah. It's gonna be quite delicious.
Does Ennis know all of Invincible stuff?
Yeah, it's most of it, yeah.
Brad, how much do you know?
You can talk about anything, and I'm not afraid of spoilers.
Oh, okay, dude.
So you're gay.
I lost connection to the host. What happened, Ennis?
I don't know,
Wait,
you.
is that actually true?
What?
Right? You're not
Yeah,
afraid of
I'm
any
not afraid of
spoilers?
spoilers for. Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen like
Dude,
almost everything.
I've seen. I remember like when I was watching stuff and like, what's her name? It's been so long.
You should be able to rejoin.
What's her name? The person that Mark is with.
Amber?
Yeah.
No.
Misheard. Yeah, misheard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she was about to die, and then her body went, lol, nope.
Dude, that's a
Oh, I
spoiler.
don't think I will.
What about the YouTube video fans? What the
No,
hell?
isn't that Eve? That's Eve.
Yeah,
not
that's what.
Amber.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why we
He's
said
with Amber.
no.
No, you said Amber. He didn't say Amber at all. He said the person.
No, he
who's
said
with.
yeah. In the comic or in the show currently?
The,
comic.
the
Oh, in the comic. Okay, yeah, Eve then. Yeah.
and she
What are they
literally
talking about
just
the
went
show?
lol nope to death. That was the funniest shit.
Well, no, I will recreate.
She was like, no.
The souls were like, nah, actually, nah, no.
And then I remember when I saw that, I'm like, well, now it's gonna be the other way around. It's not gonna be like Mark living for ages without her. It's probably gonna be the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, she can also do it to Mark. Like,
They just
pretty
take
sure,
over
right?
the world. The universe. I mean, is that pretty much what happens where like everything just goes to normal on Earth? But just
Yeah,
with
kind of.
with like the Viltrumites, like
Wait,
yeah, we're
James,
actually
are you
like a
able
lot
to-
of us are bugged
Sorry?
now.